will you please give a big welcome for maybe one day the new leader of the Labour Party, Andrew Little. Good to have you on, Andrew. How are you?
It's a pleasure to be here, Wallace.
Very, very good. How's everything going in New Plymouth?
New Plymouth is looking very good. Yep, getting a very good response on the doorstep and on the streets of New Plymouth. It's going to be an interesting election.
Let's play a little game here. It's called Saved by the Bell. This is the question. So I haven't seen it yet. This is where, Andrew, for 30 seconds you talk or until the bell goes, in which case I get bored. So the question is this: my first day at school.
My first day at school I remember very well. I turned up, there on the coat hanger was a picture of a German Shepherd dog. That was my coat hook for the day, and I went into the class and was welcomed by Miss Liston, the late Miss Liston, unfortunately. She's not alive anymore, and sat down on a rubber mat. And I remember at lunchtime...
That's probably enough, actually, Andrew. Round of applause for Andrew Little. And will you please welcome the Wellington Central candidate, Paul Foster Bell, National, and MP. How are you, Paul?
Very well, Wallace. Good to be here.
Your question is this. Let's have a look. Saved by the Bell. It is 30 seconds on when I met my hero.
Oh, I met Dame Jenny Shipley when I was about 20 years old, a student at university, and she was Prime Minister of New Zealand, doing a great job of making this country a better place. The thing that I found most interesting was the Sale of Liquor Act, 1999, which looked at extending...
That's probably enough about that, actually, Andrew. Thank you very much for that. Dame Jenny Shipley. And will you please welcome Green MP, flying higher on the list every time, Julianne Centre. Welcome to the show, Julianne. And, yes. Now, how are you, Julianne?
Excellent.
All right, here is your question here. And for 30 seconds, will you please talk about... okay, the great qualities of the person standing next to me.
Paul Foster Bell has an amazing set of blue glasses frames. I really admire them. I think it's excellent branding. He actually did very, very well in this 30-second segment. I think he's a great speaker. I've heard him speak a few times in the debating chamber, and I'm always willing to listen because he's a very kind person.
That was just the lamest 30 seconds of television in the history of New Zealand television, quite frankly. That's terrible. Julianne, thank you very much. Damien Christie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Have you read this book? Have you read Don Bresh's
of course.
Incredible Life?
Yeah. I basically filled up a whole family's Christmas shopping just with that book one year.
Right.
Yep. They still haven't. They've adopted. I'm adopted now. Right. Yeah. New family. Speaking of family, those of you that have been hanging on tenterhooks over the naming of the Christie child, it's Edward. So there you go. We've done that.
Edward and Harry.
Edward and Harry. Two Playboy princes who'll never become king. Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? Why would you want that? My producer just went, oh, in the air. You wouldn't want that responsibility, would you? You'd want the sort of, the entitlement and all the fun bits, but without that whole kind of having to, kiss babies in the rain and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of being a producer, actually, someone just back there, I was just wondering back, they said, oh, are you the producer? Yep, good 7 years on backbenches. Got to see that one.